All right, welcome back here to Live Now from Fox. I'm Giacomo Luca. 10:15 now on the East Coast, 7:15 over in the West. Breaking news off the bat here on Live Now from Fox, as we're learning Hamas has released 25 hostages, 13 Israelis, and 12 Thai nationals here at 10:15 on the East Coast. Israeli media saying that the Hamas militant group has released the first batch of those hostages under a ceasefire deal this morning, including 13 Israelis who had been held in the Gaza Strip for nearly 7 weeks. The media cited Israeli security officials, and now we have to report here as well. According to the Thai Prime Minister, 12 Thai nationals have also been released. In all, 50 captives are set to be freed during a 4-day truce. Israel is set to also free 150 Palestinians over the next 4 days as a part of that deal, beginning this morning with 24 women and 15 teenage Palestinian prisoners as well. Those people are reportedly imprisoned over a number of crimes, including throwing rocks at and attacking Israeli soldiers. Again, that's 24 women, including some convicted as well of attempted murder for attacks on Israeli forces, and those 15 teenagers jailed for offenses such as throwing stones. But just as before that exchange was set to happen, the Thai Prime Minister later said in a tweet that those 12 nationals had also been released. An Israeli official also confirmed that the Thai captives left Gaza and were en route to a hospital in Israel. The hostages will be taken to 5 hospitals throughout Israel, being flown there after they crossed the border from Gaza and into Israel. Again, that's the latest that we have right now. I'm going to pull up a number of the shots that we have. This is a shot right now outside of the prison. One of the prisons where, again, the Palestinian prisoners are expected to be released sometime later today. This all coming as a temporary truce has raised some hopes, eventually winding down that conflict, which has flattened vast swaths of Gaza, fueling a surge of violence in the occupied West Bank as well, and stirred fears of wider conflagration across the Middle East. Israel, however, has said that it's determined to resume its massive offensive once the ceasefire deal ends. Take a live look now at the Offer prison. This is where those 39 Palestinian prisoners are expected to be released, and a part of that exchange. We know today, of course, though, an additional 25 both Israeli and Thai nationals also being released as part of this deal. On Friday, of course, in the morning, there was some quiet after weeks of fighting in Gaza. A very heavy bombardment and artillery fire was daily over the past 7 weeks, as well as street fighting and ground troops advancing through neighborhoods in the north. The last report of air raid sirens on Israeli towns near that territory came shortly after the truce took effect. We're also learning that about 4 tankers with fuel and 4 with cooking gas also entered Gaza Strip from Egypt, according to Israel. Israel says it will allow the delivery of 130,000 liters, or about 35,000 gallons of fuel, 34,000 gallons of fuel per day during that truce. Still only a part and a small portion of Gaza's estimated daily needs for the more than 1 million liters that they need. According to the United Nations aid agencies, they're pushing back against the claim that fuel deliveries were closely supervised and urgently need to avert a humanitarian catastrophe. This as, of course, there's been concern by Israeli officials to actually release fuel to that area. Let's go ahead and take a live look at one of the hospitals that hostages are expected to be brought to as this historic and important situation is happening right now. This hostage release, as the Hamas terrorist group, that militant group, is releasing 25 hostages 13 Israelis and 12 Thai nationals, most of them women and children. We are taking a live look through a number of feeds coming into us from the Israeli government right now. That's what those videos are. One of the hospitals right there, you can see that helipad is where those hostages are expected to be brought as they need to be taken care of medically once they arrive to get their checkups following a very intense 7 weeks being held captive by Hamas. We also know that even though Israel had warned that it would block any attempts to continue fighting there, apparently 2 people had been shot by Israeli troops and another 11 wounded, according to an Associated Press journalist who saw bodies in the wounded as they arrived at a hospital there. This, of course, after the fighting previously, but the fighting has since stopped temporarily during the ceasefire that's been agreed upon. And during the ceasefire, Gaza's ruling Hamas group has pledged to free at least 50 of the about 240 hostages and other militants took on October 7th. Hamas said that Israel would free 150 Palestinian prisoners. Both sides agreed to release women and children, first in stages starting Friday. Again, beginning today, we know at least the first set of hostages has been released. Ambulance have been seen arriving at parts of an air base in southern Israel, preparing for that release. Those freed will then be taken to hospitals across Israel for treatment.